Black Myth Wukong is the greatest campaign game to ever exist. Let me tell you why. First, I'm going to start off with the unique storytelling and the mythology, alright? It brought the Chinese culture and their mythology over to the West. It is huge in the West, the western side of the world. Everyone was playing this game when it first came out. Everyone is still playing this game, as over 12,000 live viewers as I'm recording this video just on Twitch alone. My entire TikTok live feed is people playing Wukong. This game is phenomenal. Not only did it raise the culture awareness with, bringing the Chinese mythological and all that abundance over. I couldn't even talk right there. Sorry. The story is based on their 4 books, in their culture. So we get to dive into their culture and what they are being taught and essentially what they grew up on. Not only that, they tie the culture and the campaign really well. When you go through the game, you'll see multiple characters throughout the entire campaign. You'll fight one of the very first characters you meet in the beginning. I won't tell you which one it is, no spoilers. But this is going to be a game that's going to be nominated for Game of the Year. Easy. Calling it. Next, the stunning graphic and the art styles. The graphics in the very beginning was absolutely destroying people's PCs. They couldn't even figure out how to get it to run because it was so great. It is running on the Unreal 5 engine, and I played on the PS5. Ran absolutely amazing. On top of it, you can have 3 different graphic modes. I believe one's performance, then cinematic, and then balanced in between. I did balanced because I like both. So you could choose which way you want to go and how you want to rock that abundance. There's multiple breathtaking environments, and the campaign highlights the The campaign highlights those environments when you go meditate. It shows you multiple different scenes around multiple mountains and random skies and various things to where the Unreal 5 engine can really show its potential and be raw. Just stupid dummy hard raw. The cutscenes in the game are almost cinematic, and you feel like you're playing a movie. You're walking through a movie in the cutscenes, and then you go and fight and take care of the bosses yourself. You feel like you're playing the movie, and it's not even a movie. It's a video game. That's how great this game is. Now let's get into the boss fights. Oh man, the boss fights. There's so many bosses in this game. I would say this is probably the best game I've ever played because there's so many boss fights. Many different combinations where you have to dodge a lot, you have to speed blitz them, you have to do a multiple both. They have different phases. I felt like I fought over 100 different bosses, and each time I beat a boss, I felt like I got better. I learned a different attack pattern. I learned that if I dodged towards them, it could throw off their attack pattern. If I dodged back, it could throw off their attack pattern. I learned that if you could jump light attack, then heavy attack after, it's like a jump double attack. With these challenging boss fights, it can be compared to Dark Souls or Sekiro or Elden Ring or even, what's that other one called? I forgot. It doesn't matter. But in this game, there is no difficulty meter. You can only play on one difficulty, and the game is hard. Very hard. I only see 1.6% of the players on PlayStation that have the full completed medal on the game. I completed the game. I'm going for the secret ending. You already know. If you want to see that video, it should be popping up. It won't be popping up because I still got to do it. But still, speaking of the boss fights, the combat system in the game feels super fluid and dynamic. You can switch between multiple stances with your pillar stance or the static stance or pillar, thrust, and the other one. The other one meaning the very first stance you get in the game. On top of that, it gives you multiple abilities to shapeshift into different creatures, use different spells, and you can use your L2, R2. There's a whole bunch of different things you could spawn. You could spawn Big Baby, you could spawn fans, a Weaver Needle. There's multiple specialties that you can use to where you can customize that, and each different ability will be a better ability against certain bosses. For example, if one's a fire boss, then you use an ice transformation. Your ice transformation will fight really well against that because it's fire and ice. The soundtrack in the game just complements all of the battles, all of the cutscenes. When you're running through a temple and you just hear the Chinese music and it's gathering. It's almost like crescendoing for you. If you have been in music class, you know what a crescendo is. It's when it's like, all right, I can't really explain it, but I can give you an example. It's like dun 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 dun. So the game does that really well as you progress through the campaign levels, each chapter, and then even when you're fighting the boss fight, it feels like there's an orchestra in your headset as you're fighting, and you hear this valiant, just crazy music when you're hitting these boss fights, and you hear your character, wah, hey, wah, ha. It's amazing. The game, the sound, the design, it's fantastic. And to wrap this video up on why Wukong is the best campaign game ever to exist, is my personal experience playing the game. I loved it. I played it in Chinese, subtitled, so I can truly and fully immerse myself in the campaign. It's almost just like watching anime in Japanese. It was pretty cool. I didn't completely understand the entirety of the story, but when I go back and replay it with all the upgrades, I will play it in English, and then I will understand the story and get into the lore and all of that abundance. With that being said, when me not even understanding, I understood the lore, I got the story. But what I'm saying is I didn't completely immerse myself 100%. Even with that, this game was amazing. The combat, the fucking sound effects, the everything, all of it meshed together. The difficulty, it made you want to keep playing. When you beat a boss and you know it took you 100 tries, and you go to the next boss and that one's going to take you like 200 tries, it's like, dude, you know you get better with each try, and the game is just addicting. It keeps pulling you back in. But that's going to wrap it up. If you guys want to see any of my Wukong videos, you guys can check them out in the Wukong playlist. Those should be popping up now. Get 1% better. Paddle Thumbz out.
Hey, you subscribed. Does it feel good?